Hello, I'm Aras Ali. I'm entrepreneur from Kurdistan. I live Southend on Sea. Welcome to my podcast. I wanted to start podcast because I want to share my experience, my negative and positive with others to help the first step or the growing the businesses. I've got good experience with the businesses. I love to share and help others. I came to England when I was 16 and the life was so hard, so difficult, and everything was new to me. It was so hard and so difficult. Even the road, the money, the people, the language. I couldn't even speak a word of English. And it was so difficult. I tried to say things to others and they're like, I didn't have no money, nothing. I didn't even have a penny for like 6 months. And I couldn't even afford to buy a lunch or dinner. And it was so hard. I still remember I really wanted to buy a £10 credit. I couldn't afford it. So it's 6 months later, I made 20 quid. I bought a SIM card with a £10 credit. So I couldn't afford to buy the phone. So I have to borrow other people's phone to use a SIM and do a phone call. The hardest things was in my age, 16 years old, you want loads of things. You like things, you like a new trainers, you like new tops. And then I couldn't afford it to buy it. And there was no one there to ask, say, oh, can you buy me this? And this was the hardest time. First job, remember I done a leaflet, £10 a day. The first job I started 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., £10 a day, 3 days a week, £30 a week. That was my first job when I start. So I never, I still remember when the guy used to give me the leaflet, it's about a couple of thousand leaflet. I put it in the handbag, I put it in my bag and hand the leaflet out each door. And then I always make sure, turn around like, is he checking on me? Is the boss was checking on me? I was worried even if I rest 5 minutes, I thought I'm going to lose my job. Let's do it door to door. So it was a hard time, £10 a day. I've been through it. You see, the difference is between someone jump to be a boss and someone start from nothing. It's two different things. When one of my employee, when they try explain things to me, I understand and I know where they're coming from. I found a job in a factory. So I've been to a few factories. There was a factory making a door and window. Some point I was working warehouse next. So picking and packing and clothes and stuff, posting. I've been working a few factory, but I couldn't do it. Always thought to myself, no, that's not me. I can't come here early morning and then finish later evening and then like $5.50 an hour we used to get. So I always think to myself, no, I can't do this. This is not me. I don't want to do this. What do I have to do? Where shall I go? I need advice. Who shall I ask? But it was so hard. There was no one there to give you little advice. This is why my podcast is for, to give advice to the people. They don't know where to start and what to do. They get stuck. So that's what I try to share, all my experience and my positive or negative side. How did I start? I was thinking about it day and night. I want to stop working in a factory. Then one day I said, you know what? I'm going to quit. I'll quit the job. But I need to learn some skills or I need to know some skills. So my first job I started was 2006. I started my barbering. So I was actually sort of a barber. And then I tried to get a job. I go everywhere, but it wasn't hardly any job anywhere. If you believe it or not, I had the skills on me. Do you know, no one taught me barbering. I taught myself. No one showed me nothing. I taught myself. Cut my brother's hair, my friends. it wasn't on the. I can't remember if I went to YouTube or anything. That's about 17 years ago. I don't even have a computer. So I taught myself, and then I remember, there is a gown you put around customer. I put the gown around my brother. I didn't know how to put the gown, click the gown. So I taught myself everything. I taught myself. Then went to the shop. I tried to get the job, and then it was hard to get the job. So I thought, because I'm a very talkative person. I always talk to people, and I was talking to someone about I want to open my own shop, and then he recommend someone. Oh, he's got a shop, but the shop is middle of nowhere. But I got it for cheap rent. Still remember it was 70 quid a week. I took that shop over with a £300. I just bought a little chair, scissors and gowns, start my business from there. I couldn't even afford to buy stickers or put the sign up. I actually got a piece of wood myself. I just put the barbers with a marker pen and I stick it up there. So that was my first shop I opened. It was 2006. That's where I started. But a year later, I moved to A6. I moved to Southend, and I opened a second shop there. But I still got that shop. I still own that shop. That's my baby. I call it my baby. I still got that one. How do you get customers? Customers are all about customer service. Even now, I always tell my employee, I hate the word I can't, or I don't know, or we don't have it. There is no such a word. I can't, we don't have it, or come back tomorrow, come back next week. I hate this word. There's always, yes, we can. It's always possible. You never let the customers down. I remember there was a customer, I closed the shop, I walked off, he said, oh, are you open? I said, no, sorry, I just closed. And he said, oh, I'm going away tomorrow. Oh, I'll open up for you. So I went and opened a shop for him. And then he was a regular customer forever. So I never let the customers down. It's all about customer service, smiling. And the bad thing is sometimes the employee or some people, they bring the problem, outside problem, into the business. This is how the business go wrong. Even your best friend, if you keep moan and tell him the problems and stuff, even your best friend get away from you. So the business always about customer service. The customer service, there's a key, the 50% of how to run a business. I wish I never worked a factory, but I think that was a lesson. I learned a lot from the factory, but I wish I started the business earlier, because it's easy. It's not hard. I know the first step is hard. They always say hard, but it's everything possible and doable. Nothing is hard. Why can't others do it? Why can't you not do it? I don't want to put myself down. Why can't I, as a foreigner, don't speak English, no penny, and everything new? I don't know nothing about the role. Why can't I be entrepreneur? Why can't somebody else not? I act with my employer. I always mention it. We all friends. We all the equals. There is nothing different between me and you, or me and her, me and him. We're all same. I'll give you an example. I seen the dirt in the floor, and there was 6-7 employees was there. I said, oh, I seen something's a mark in the floor. It's been there from yesterday. So I got all the cleaning products. I went to my knees myself. I cleaned it all front of them and then put it in a bin. They're like looking at me like, oh, sort of thing. So I just want to show everyone there is no difference between me and you. We're all equals. We're all here as a family, as a team. Lead by example. Right. The first steps is always the hard steps, and it's very hard to people or the landlord or the agents and to trust you. or even your own friend and the people around you, they don't even trust you. When you talk about, I want to do a business, or I want to open a business, I want to do something different, they all laugh at you. And even the agents or the landlord, they don't even want to know you. They don't talk to you when they ask your background, or especially when they look you, they're young. They don't even want to know you. So first step is just so difficult. Long as you've passed the first step and you come to second and third, that is, everything will get easy and the doors open for you. Thank you for watching my podcast. Next podcast is, I will explain how do I expand my businesses and how do I manage my employees. Please don't forget, like and subscribe my channel. Thank you again.